Welcome to Storybookland. I am Alex, I'm your captain and storyteller here aboard the Pauline. Now for your safety, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times and supervise your children, or those of you who act like children. Now most of you like to journey into magical places through the pages of a storybook, but for those of you who like to do it in person, our friend here, Monster the Whale, will show us our way into a magical place called Storybook Land. And like every happy story, our story begins with once upon a time. And once upon a time, friends, we had the story of the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf who lives between two green hills on the left-hand side of his cave. But not to worry, as the three little pigs live just across in their houses. One made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of 100% wolf-proof brick. And just around the river bend, we have a quaint English town, which is home to our friend Alice. One golden afternoon, our friend Alice followed the white rabbit down, down, down into Wonderland, where her story got curiouser and curiouser. At Storybookland, we have many magical places, like London Park, which is where Peter Pan and the Darling Children first flew off to Neverland, and thanks to the powers of our friend Tinkerbell, they never ever had to grow up. As the story continues, we have the city of Agrabah, which is home to our friend and king of thieves, Aladdin. Aladdin and Jasmine first met here, and although from two very different places, thanks to the power of love, they got married and now live happily ever after in their palace.
Well, it's supposed to be lit up, right? But half of the things are lit up, or the other half are not much. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
And now we have the Arches of Love. This is a very same arches in which Aladdin and Jasmine first soared over, sideways, and under into a whole new world on their very first magic carpet ride. At Storybookland, we have many magical places, but we also have our dark places, like the Cave of Wonders, which is home to our friend the Genie. Legend has it that if you meet the Genie, he'll grant you 3 wishes. So as we go to the cave, I encourage you all to make 3 wishes. A wish like this one is the one that our friend Snow White made. She wished for a safe haven away from the evil queen. And thanks to the 7 dwarfs, she was able to find a safe haven in the cottage to the right hand side. And wishing to go to the bowl on the left hand side, Cinderella was forbade by her evil stepmother, but thanks to her fairy godmother she was able to go. And although magic ran out by midnight, love never did, as she now lives happily ever after atop on the hill in her castle.
So I'm supposed to stop somewhere in the shade so you guys don't get burnt. There's someone getting ready.
How's about the next one?
You missed
At Storybookland, wishes inspire dreams. Dreams like that of falling asleep in a warm quilt. A quilt very much like a patchwork quilt to the left-hand side, which is comprised of 150 different desert plants, and was inspired by the 1933 silly symphony cartoon Lullaby Land. And friends, we have magic everywhere here, in our plants and trees, which were enchanted by Tinkerbell to never have to grow. And stories like that are what made this one of Walt's favorite attractions, and it continues to inspire many, many stories across the world and across our parks. Inspiring classic stories like The Wind in the Willows, which brings you the story of Mole, Rat, and Mr. Toad, whose stately manner can be seen just ahead to the left-hand side. And although, like your friends, Mr. Toad can be found in Fantasyland in his motor car on a wild ride to nowhere in particular.
Dressed up?
You can make them wait for a minute.
I don't know. I'm supposed to stop somewhere around here. So.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
They stopped in the sunshine. I appreciate you stopping.
I don't know. All the-
Stay in the sun.
He told me to stop on a shady spot. We're gonna take a little bit. Because they're pulling a boat out.
Oh, they said that? I mean, you did that?
He told me about it earlier. Like, we're gonna be pulling a boat out. Stop in the shade.
That's
It took like an hour before I could get in.
Oh my god.
No, she hasn't lost it out.
Just put your password code in and then it'll. Yeah, like if
She lost mine out one time. It was,
Can be seen just ahead to the left-hand side. And magical stories like the Kingdom of Arendelle, which is come to Anna, Elsa, and their frozen friends, who one magical afternoon discovered that they can overcome even the harshest of snowstorms. And Alpine Village, which is home to our friend Geppetto, who wished for a real boy, and thanks to Pinocchio, the Blue Fairy granted their wish. A wish like Geppetto's is the one that our friend Ariel, the Little Mermaid, made. Ariel wished to be able to walk on land, and thanks to her wish coming true, she now lives with Prince Eric in their castle. And her story began at the city of Atlantica, which is located just past her waterfall to the left-hand side, and her many adventures brought her to a happily ever after. Now, friends, as we come back to dock, please keep all hands and 10 fingers away from the dock and inside the boat, and supervise your children. We don't want our story to go under the sea. And although our story came to an end here, I hope your story never ends here at the Disneyland Resort. As we go back to dock, I'm going to count to 3, and we're going to get up together for balance. Please do not get up until I count to 3. Thank you so much, friends.
That is